Okay, council, call this meeting to order. It's a short-term rental application appeal hearing. And I will ask for the roll call, please.
Mayor Klopp.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Becker is not in attendance yet. Councillor Group.
Present.
Councillor Harris.
Present.
Regrets from Councillor Hessel. Councillor Lamport.
Present.
Councillor Sangster. I know she'll be joining us virtually tonight. I don't think she's here yet. Councillor Walden.
Present.
And Councillor Whetstone.
Present. Okay.
And I think the deputy mayor has just entered the building.
Do have quorum. The deputy mayor just came in. Okay, disclosure of pecuniary interest. Everybody please take a second, open the report. I think some have already had, just to confirm. Nothing's jumping out at this time. We will, if something comes up, just notify our clerk here. We're here, short-term rental application appeal. I will have opening statements first from our acting CBO.
My name is Chandra Alexander, the clerk of this appeal hearing. The purpose of this hearing is that during the short-term rental licensing process, a property was denied their application for a short-term rental license, and the property owner has appealed this decision. The hearing is to provide council with the information they need to determine acceptance or refusal of this appeal. All questions and discussion of council, applicants, and witnesses must be contained to the subject property and the specific appeal being heard. Council will decide on the evidence before it under the provisions of the Municipal Act and Statutory Powers Procedure Act, which are statutes of the Province of Ontario. Hear and receive evidence from persons involved in the appeal of their denied STR license and any witnesses. Render its decision in writing. The decision shall contain the reasons for the decision and will be provided to all parties or representatives who participated in the hearing. If any of the parties are not satisfied with council's decision, the decision can be appealed to a court of law. This is an oral hearing. Any written evidence or documents shall be submitted to the clerk and entered as evidence. Anyone requesting a copy of the decision should provide the clerk with their full name and mailing address if they have not already done so. And finally, half an hour has been allotted for this hearing.
Okay, councillors, I will start here. We are meeting today to hear a short-term rental application appeal regarding 33736 Stafford Road. This hearing will begin with a statement from the Manager of Development Services, including a review of the denial and the specific sections of the bylaw the denial pertains to. The applicant will then provide their statement, any evidence, and their ask of council regarding the denial. After both presentations, there will be an opportunity for questions to clarify any of the evidence submitted. Council will then make their decision or defer their decision to a future date. At this time, I will ask the applicant to come to the mic and identify themselves in order to confirm attendance. Please. And there's a button there to turn it on. The red light should come on. And yeah, the mic there. Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
And your name?
Nicole Fitzgerald.
Thank you. The clerk will give the oath of management, development services, and the applicant.
Nicole, will it be just you speaking or will Wade be joining as well?
I believe he's attending virtually just in case there's any questions, but it will be me speaking.
Okay, I'll just do the oath for you at this time then. Okay. Do you solemnly affirm that the evidence that you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. And Aaron, do you solemnly affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, as stated above, Aaron, the head of management development services, do you provide a statement, any evidence, and will you be calling any witnesses?
I will not be calling any witnesses here tonight, and I will give a brief overview of this file. I have a lot of dates that I'm going to be throwing out here to council tonight. So the property we're discussing here tonight is 33736 Stafford Road, and it is currently abutting property 33745 Ann Street directly behind it. 33745 Ann Street had a license in 2024, expired October 10th, 2025. and they applied for a new license February 9th, 2026. If council remembers, April 7th, we had an appeal hearing for that property as well. The application was denied February 20th for 33745 Ann Street. Then we had the appeal hearing, and council granted the license April 7th. So we switched to the property we're talking about today, 33736 Staffa. Staff had conversations with the owner, February 20th and February 21st, the day after the property behind was denied. And the license, the applicants here tonight purchased the property and took ownership of the property around March 13th. I don't know the exact date, but it was around March 13th. They took ownership. And they applied for the license on March 13th for it. Staff didn't review the application until May, and on May 29th, it was rejected due to the abutting property of 33745 Ann Street obtaining a license in between conversations that they've had with staff and applying. So at this point in time, on May 29th, we denied as per section 5.1, 5.2 for abutting adjacent property license with a short-term rental as 33745 Ann Street. That's all for now.
Okay. I will now refer to the applicant. Do you wish to provide a statement?
Mr. Mayor, just I want to make notice that Councilor Sainsbury is in attendance. I don't bring you down outside.
Okay, thank you. All right, and now to the applicant, you have a chance to provide your statement. And do you have any witnesses that you're bringing forth?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we did write up a little statement prior to coming, which was sent in. I'm not sure if you had a chance to review it, but what Aaron has shared is very similar to the same story that we would be providing, that we purchased the property and prior to purchasing, contacted the municipality to find out if the property would be available for a rental agreement. At that time, we were told that there was already a rental to the left of the person who was denied. So based on bylaws and based on what we had seen, we didn't think there was going to be any roadblocks, as there is a rental right next door to the person who was denied and then appealed. So again, we did open the permit application on the 13th of March. On the 20th of March, we were asked to pay the permit fee, so we made that payment that day. On April 4th, we were asked to provide proof that we had insurance for rental properties, and we provided that as well on that same day. And then we didn't hear anything for a while. It was our understanding that, again, due to unfortunately a shortage in staffing, our application didn't get reviewed until a little bit later than intended. And in the meantime, there was another one that was approved. So it's just our hope that you'll consider taking a look at our application, and that's why we decided to bring this appeal forward. So thank you for your time and coming here tonight.
Oh, sorry. Okay, does the applicant have any questions of the manager of development services with regards to what you heard him state?
No, I
Or
think
anything.
that we have spoken already, and we were in agreement with, for the most part, that it just came down to unfortunate timing and a staffing shortage, and that's where the timing unfortunately didn't work out in our favor.
Okay, do you have any comments, questions after hearing discussion?
No, I have no questions for the applicant. The only thing I'll note in the statement that they did provide in the fourth paragraph down, it says they spoke to Nate. Technically, it was me. Doesn't really matter which staff they spoke to, but it was me, not Nate. That's all I'll say.
Is that the April 4th date did you referring to?
No, where it says we opened the permit application, and after I spoke with Nate on the phone there, the fourth paragraph down.
March 13th.
Yep, that one.
Okay, thank you. All right, counselors, your opportunity to ask questions to either party. Counselor Whetstone.
This is gonna be for Aaron, actually. So I'm looking at the dates that were in there, and if I think I heard it right. So March 13th, you applied, and it was May 28th or something like that before it was reviewed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So why so long?
That's the process just with the number of applications staff are dealing with right now. That's just the timeline it's taking for short-term rentals.
Okay. So. Yeah. Is that still the case, Aaron? Like, is it still taking that long? Is there a standard?
Currently, it is taking that long currently. Our staff are prioritizing other applications at this time.
Okay.
Counselor Group, question to either applicant or.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Mayor. I think my question is probably more for Aaron. And probably point of clarity for myself. So today we're saying we would deny it because it is backing onto 33745, which we approved in April 7th. But am I looking at it wrong that 33741 would also be touching it at the back of the property?
It doesn't abut as per definition because they don't share a property line. They just butt corner to corner, so they're kitty corner to each other. So they're not considered abutting.
Okay, because I would think if they were at that point, maybe like when they were told it wasn't a problem, maybe it would have been then, but yeah, thanks.
Counselor Lamport.
Sure. Question for Aaron, actually either, I think it was in Aaron's statement. Did you say there was a phone call made ahead of everything?
Correct.
There's a bunch of dates here. So do you know when the phone call was made? I'm guessing from the applicant.
So
During the purchase process is when the phone call was made?
yes, so I'll answer that. The initial phone call, my notes are very, very brief for this file. My initial phone call that I have was from their agent, the real estate agent, on February 21st or February 20th. And I believe on February 21st, I spoke to the other applicant, Wade.
On the 21st, the day after.
21st of February, yes.
Okay. And do you by chance have the date that the appeal was submitted for 33745? I think the address is
February 24th,
February 24th. The
that 33745 Ann Street submitted their appeal.
gotcha.
Okay, and more questions? Or do you have a follow-up at this time? Not yet?
I'm thinking. Thanks.
Counselor Whetstone.
This is the applicant. Have you reached out to your neighbors around you, and do they have any issues with having a short-term rental property?
We spoke to the neighbor on the one side of us that was there when we have been up at the property, and they were fine with it. And the other neighbors we haven't seen at all. Every time we've been up there, I've been trying to kind of reach out and see them, but I haven't seen them. But the ones on the opposite side to us, we have notified and let them know, and they were okay with it.
And not that it matters because the bylaw is a bylaw, but if you look, Aaron, if I'm not mistaken, is there no short-term rentals on Stafford Road currently?
The only rental is towards the lake. It's a 33715
Okay,
at the very end.
there's just one. Okay. And how many? That one constitutes how many? What percentage then? Like how many are on that road to start with?
Well, we would calculate Stafford Road from the lake to Highway 4. So we actually, I didn't do that math. I'll be
Minus
honest.
point.
Yeah.
Did you say number 4?
Highway, yeah, from Highway
It is-
4 to
it
the
is
lake.
the length of the road.
It's the length of the
Okay.
By definition.
Okay, we have, that's how rules are and why we have hearings, I guess.
Yeah.
I have a maybe two questions, maybe to Aaron first. Going back to the issue of timing, was it not set up that we have blocks of applications when we first started this? Area 1, people send their applications in, and did that not carry through as we go, or it just on the process of application since it's been brought up here?
Essentially, yeah, it does carry through. So, like the first block was Bayfield, so the Bayfield licenses expire earlier. So they do expire through, but they do expire throughout the year. So there's not a set date that they all have to apply by. It's when we issued the license is when their annual renewal date is.
Okay, and I'll leave that for a little bit, might come back. I guess this is to the applicant. You have a written document here in your written statement, April 4th. You talked to, who'd you believe, Nate? And he asked for insurance update on your rental on April the 4th. That is is that correct?
Yeah.
And yet I think that's, if I heard it right, there seems to be that we didn't make any discussion about this till May 29th. It seems somebody was doing some work and on this file before May 29th.
So
If this is right. Okay, go ahead. Just as a,
Well, and I know you're kind of making a point similar. I kind of leaned over to my colleague here is someone started some business on this back in, what did you give me they gave me the date of? No, February 24th. Sorry, February 20th, the first question. February 21st, it's mentioned again by a different phone call. March 13th, actual permit is started. March 20th, money's paid. April 4th, more messages, and that's regarding the insurance. April 7th, we have an appeal hearing.
Yeah.
And none of this information is provided to us during that appeal, which creates a bit of a problem, which I can understand where the applicant's coming from.
correct.
any further questions to clarify the statements? And go ahead, Counselor.
Yeah, and I guess mine is more of a comment, and I'm hoping I'm trying to understand what Counselor Lamport is putting out there, is the fact that when that appeal came for the abutting property behind this property, we should have had that information that there was an application for that had not been approved or denied at that point. Is that where you were kind of going with that?
Yes. Because that.
Oh,
Yes, because that information becomes pertinent related to the other property directly.
I don't know. I looked to our clerk a little bit. There may be an issue there that we have to get clarified as part of our discussions of short-term rentals. This act says we have to deal with the information's in front of us, so back to that other one, you deal with the information in front of you. I think it's a valid argument. I'm agreeing, but as tonight goes, I think we need to talk about that as a fix for later, but it's going to affect how I decide this tonight. That's for sure.
Okay, so just in response to that statement, I don't disagree. I know where you're going with it. However, the applicant has brought the information forward to this committee tonight
Fair enough.
in this hearing. So it does become part of the hearing when the applicant brings it up as a point of concern, and it's been verified by our manager.
And I think I agree with you, good point. it's been brought up, so it should be talked about. Further clarification on any of these notes. I just want myself, you read to this is Darren, you've had a chance to read the notes from the applicant. The applicant is, it sounds as if these are right numbers or dates, may had the wrong name, but the right company.
Correct.
Okay, then I've kind of come to a thought process on mine where this is. Is there anybody got an idea to make a motion, and we'll see if it confirms with mine? Counselor Lamport.
Sure.
I guess I should read this. Is somebody ready, prepared to make a direction?
Sure, I am. And I didn't notice, and is there anything in our material with one pre-written? Okay, so my direction would be, pardon me, to approve. My direction would be to approve, and I'll, I need a seconder, but I'll offer comment too.
Counselor Groot, seconds. And your reason?
I just think we would be, I'm not sure we would even have a chance of successfully arguing not like the opposite should the applicant go further with further complaint at a higher court or higher setting. We made the error, and it's something we need to correct within our system. And with that, the applicant benefits.
Okay, Counselor Groot, do you second it? Is that
Yeah, I
tightened up
would
the words?
concur with that as well. I don't think that we're stuck in a rock and a hard place, really.
It comes down to that sense of fairness. I concur after seeing this on this direction. Any other comments to the contrary sides? If no, if not, I don't want to belabor it. Go ahead.
I just want to point out, when I say we made an error, us as a whole as a municipality, I don't want to fault one or individual. We could have asked questions on the previous one that may have brought this all out, but point is, we're going to know in the future, should we ever have this again.
Fair enough. I will, in essence of keeping this, trying to into this discussion. All right. If everyone has had their say, I'm going to call this motion. All those in favor of approval? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. If you wish to receive a copy of this decision in writing, please ensure you have registered with the clerk. This hearing is now adjourned at 5:52 PM. Thank you, and thank you for taking the time to come forward. Okay, all right. Need a motion to adjourn?